Hey, Miss. I just wanted to go ahead and explain to you Unit 6 as well. If we go to page 24 and 25, it's basically asking you a few different questions here. You're going to go ahead and choose a poem that you enjoyed from this unit, right? And it's going to ask you what's the title of the poem you chose. So you can look at any of the poems that you chose that are by these authors. These are the names of the authors, like Roman Murguia, Wertheimer, right? It's like the different names. I want you to look back in your unit to find those. It's basically asking you, what is the title of the poem you choose? Basically, give us the title. Give us the name of the poem. Who wrote the poem and when was it written? So you're going to go ahead and look at which person wrote this here, right? Was it this person? And then who's the speaker? Who's the person talking in the poem? Is it the author? Is it one of the characters? Is it someone outside the story? And where does it take place? Like, where is the poem? What's the poem about? This is where you write in the 5 W's and the 1 H, right? And I know we've talked about that before. What's the tone or the mood of the poem? Basically, what's the feeling of the poem? If you do a quick Google search of feelings images, you can find an emoji that you think will work best for you. And you can just say, like, what was the feeling that you got from it when you were looking at it? Were you feeling ecstatic, enraged, envious, exasperated? You can do so by just typing in feelings images in the image section. And then finally, let's see. How does the poem appeal to the senses? So again, when we say the senses here, what we're talking about is, if we look at senses images, we're talking about sight, hearing, touch, smells, taste. Are there any words from the poems that have to do with what you see, what you hear, what you taste, what you smell, right? What you touch? And give an example of a sound device. Again, all I'm doing is checking in sound device examples, right? This is, for example, like if you take a look at words like repetition, rhyme, alliteration. Alliteration is Edna eats elephants every every elementary day. I don't know. And again, rhyme is like if I said time, climb, sign. So do they use words like that in the poem, that rhyme, repetition? Do they use consonants where the vowels sound the same in the same line? Like owls, on, open. Like, do they use the O sound in all the same things? Finally, is personification used? Do we see things that act like people? Like the rock sat on the ground. Rocks can't sit. They don't have a butt and they don't have legs, but we give some human quality. We make it like a human when we say it sat. Is repetition used? Do they repeat themselves? Are there similes or metaphors? And what do you think is unique about the poem's style, right? When we say the style, we're saying, is it written like, is it written short, long, with many sentences, not with many sentences, with rhymes? Does it sound like a person is talking? Are they talking fast or short? Are they interesting or not? What do you think about the style of it? And then finally, what do you think the purpose or the lesson of the poem is? What is the author trying to teach us? What is the author trying to teach us? I'm trying to teach you in this video how to do this performance task. That's my purpose or my lesson of this video. What's the purpose or lesson of the poem? Give an example of a phrase with a positive or negative connotation. This is basically any words that have somewhat of like a plus or a negative